Scorpio, I don't even know how to explain this to you, but I wasn't going to do this reading because I was going to go sit down and eat something and then go about my day. But I had the most overwhelming urge to eat a pickle. And then I saw sauerkraut and I started wanting to eat the sauerkraut. And usually I don't eat those things by themselves, so I don't know what's going on with your gut flora. But maybe look up, like, go get some pickles and sauerkraut. And there's something called kefir, Kefir. It's really good for your intestines and your stomach and all that. What is the thing I gotta say? All right. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing, and I actually really mean it. Thank you for clicking the like button. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. The things I have planned once this channel reaches over 1,000 subscribers, like, you guys have no idea. I just can't do any of it right now because I'm limited in my options on what I can do on this channel because of the algorithm YouTube systems work with in regards to how they promote the channel. So thank you for doing all that, and thank you for all your donations, and to all the people who have been purchasing my book, The Scribe and the Star, Chapter 1. It's on Amazon. Let's see what you need to know, Scorpio. Scorpio, what I'm feeling right now with all this is a deep longing, but a kind of longing that feels like you're allowing something to leave, but you don't want it to leave. Wow, that's what I'm feeling. You're letting something go, but you don't want to let it go. So you have your hands out for that thing to come back to you, but it can't get to you because you've put all these traps in the way. Or you're stuck in your own head and you don't know if you really want this thing or not. So the universe is keeping you in a position of self-analyzation to see if you really want it or not, and why you want it, if it's because of other people or if it's something that's actually meant for you. Notice the color yellow and orange here, your sacral and your solar plexus, which have a lot to do with probiotics, prebiotics, and if you've had a lot of antibiotics, you want to replenish all that in your system by eating pickles, pickled vegetables, kefir, and different sorts of healthy foods. Look up Ayurvedic remedies as well, and Vedic astrology. That'll help you greatly. It might make more sense than tropical astrology. Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, Two of Cups. Stuck in your head about someone you want to be with because society tells you it's either not good or it's good. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Weighing out whether you want the thing or not and whether to communicate or not, because you know that the potential is a legacy to be left behind longer than you'll be alive with that person. And I think it's funny how these wands are pointing upwards towards the Two of Cups. And it's the same 8 sword, like it looks like it's the swords. They're pointing down here and they're pointing up here towards this. This has the pentacles over there that you're trying to balance and weigh out. Weigh out as in W-E-I-G-H, not W-A-Y. Look. You want something, but you can't make up your mind because your internal system is a little wonky. So your thoughts aren't clear. You're trying to do things based on how other people did them, but it's not taking you to where you want to go because you're supposed to do it your way. You want to give to someone and you want to receive something. See the hands here? See the hands here? The thing in between, though, is what the Hierophant is doing, society. I can get real deep into this and tell you that there is a lot of interference in your life based on people interfering with your life. Or I can tell you to adjust your own frequency and vibration to make your body healthier, to go towards what you want, regardless of what society tells you. You love whom you love, right? So if you want to be with someone, if you want to be someone, then be it. Do not let other people tell you what to do. That sword belongs to you. And your divine counterpart is waiting for you to take that position of leadership within yourself instead of letting other people tell you how to lead yourself. Seven of Wands. That person is waiting for you to lead yourself instead of being led by others. Six of Cups. Four of Wands. And the Knight of Swords again. Yo, Scorpio, you have the love of your life waiting for you, and they're waiting for you to boss up. I don't know how else to put it. I can drag this video out for an hour channeling a million different messages for you. Or we can just see it right here. Sarah Lakali, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be. In love. Xu Xuan Jing, the mystic of peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. So if you want to clear your path, clear your mind. Now, your mind is more than just the thing in your head. It's also affected by what you put into your body. You have a brain in your heart, you have a brain in your guts, you have a brain in your head, and you have a higher self. And then you have the God connection, which is the massive cosmic big brain. Then you have the brains of your ancestors, your guides, etc., etc. When your mind is clear, the way is clear. When you have a true connection to your source, you know what you want. When your guidance and your oracle is God, clarity comes and the path becomes clear. There's someone here who drinks a lot of alcohol and is wasting their life, not knowing what they're actually losing. Empty cup after empty cup after empty cup after empty cup, when all they want is to share those cups. This is kind of sad feeling, like somebody pouring 2 cups for themselves because they miss sharing it with someone else. And the only reason you don't have those 2 cups in front of you with someone else in front of you is because you've been stuck in your head and listening to what other people are telling you. I mean, I couldn't even imagine if somebody told my grandmother how to deal with my grandfather. She'd probably throw a chancla at them. God, if somebody tried to tell my mom or my dad how to deal with each other in their marriage, they'd just laugh at them. Like, you don't know me. What are you telling me how to deal with my husband or my wife for? It's good to take advice, but it's not good to use that advice to navigate your life based on how other people navigate theirs. It's time to allow yourself to receive. When we open ourselves up to others, we open ourselves up to the abundance of the universe. Remember, we are all hands of God. So if God is attempting to answer someone else's prayer through your hands, it is not up to you to close those hands, even if you feel stuck. It's time to open your hands so that you can receive and you can give. That way, those cups can be put into your hands so that you can share them with others. Instead of holding wands in your hand and blocking off others because people have made you think that others are out to get you, when the only person out to get you is within you first. It's time to choose the direction that you want to go in, regardless of gender, regardless of what people say, or, whatever. I don't know what kind of relationship this is about, but this is absolutely about a relationship and somebody that wants to be in a relationship with someone and they're not in the relationship with that person because they're following society's traditions. I think whoever is watching this video has been watching the other videos I posted today, at least some of them, because I'm getting a very similar energy of someone being influenced by other people, and those other people's influence, whether in positive or negative, has taken your life in a direction that isn't for you. What's right for them isn't right for you. How they function in relationships is not how you function in relationships. How you free yourself is not how they free themselves. How you balance yourself is not how they balance themselves. What your children and your legacy will look like is different than what theirs looks like. Their idea of going back to an ex is different than your idea of going back to an ex. Here, God is showing you going back to an ex, for example, brings about the Four of Wands. Being stuck in your head and following those things that other people tell you blocks you from the Two of Cups. Whereas even if you're stuck and you know who you love and what you love, and you grow from that, and you learn to treat each other better, then it doesn't matter if they're an ex or not. The only reason they were an ex is to show you how to treat each other better. So someone saying, oh, I don't want any exes, it doesn't matter. Maybe that's like the love of your life that was taken from you and now they're being brought back to you, so that you two, throughout the separation, have learned how to be better for each other and for yourselves. So now you're being brought back together. Allow it to happen and take it day by day. You don't need to jump into marriage. You don't need to jump into sex. You don't need to jump into whatever. You can if you want to, if it feels right for you. I mean, there's love stories that have yet to be told. Who's to say that your love story isn't with an ex you walked away from 20 years ago? Or that you are your own love story and that you're meant to share these cups with your mirror reflection? Or with you and God? I mean, there's nuns in the world who marry God and they spend their entire life in a monastery or a convent or something. They never really know the touch of physical love, but they know the touch of God. You can know both. You can know God through the touch of someone else. Scorpio, I'm going to close this reading out because I'm getting a very heart feeling energy of how much you want to be with someone. And it's honestly breaking my heart a little bit, and I don't like it. So I'm going to ask you to please give to yourself and to others, but first and foremost, connect with God within. Do not let true love pass you by because of what other people tell you. Do not allow your life to pass you by because other people told you that the life you're living isn't worth living. Be true to yourself and let yourself feel love, Scorpio. Honor yourself, your creative, mystical force, your light and your shadows. There is deep love for you. Deep, deep, deep love for you somewhere. But it's somewhere that you walked away from. And it doesn't mean that you should have walked away from it or not. It just means that you walked away from it for a reason at that time. So maybe walking back to it brings you real love. But first, you got to fill that cup up with yourself and release what's in that cup so that it can be filled again, so that your cup is overflowing, among other things. All right, Scorpio, I love you. Thank you for taking the time to like, comment, and subscribe to these videos and to this channel. It helps all the weird techno, gadgety, googly woogly things I don't really know about, but it helps. So thank you. Also, thank you for taking care of yourself better than you did yesterday. Thank you for all the donations, financial and otherwise. Thank you for purchasing the book, The Scribe and the Star, Chapter 1 on Amazon. And thank you for being good to yourself, Scorpio. Be honest. To thine own self be true. Do not let others tell you what to do with your love life. Your grandparents didn't, and you were born because of it. Do not deny the birth of a child that would be born or a romance that will last lifetimes based on what idiots in the modern world tell you. Okay? Follow your own heart. I love you.